Shalom. I want to start by giving our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Bachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and also to their elders, the men that taught them. I pray the Lord have peace, blessings, and mercy upon the households of the hopeful elect. This is the brother Shema Wan from the Great Millstone Houston Church. And I want to come with a lesson going into fear towards the Heavenly Father, and going into the book of Job, seeing what Job was dealing with. He understood where it came from also, which allowed his mind to be geared towards a healthy fear towards the one that are bringing these things to his life. So with that being said, that is the mindset that we have, going through certain struggles, going through, trials, temptations, sufferings. And also too, Job ultimately represents the nation of Israel from suffering and enduring the suffering, and ultimately at the end, from enduring it, receiving a reward. So with that being said, I'll get into this, and I pray it will be edifying to the Lord's elect. I'm gonna start here in Job chapter 23 in verse 12. I'm gonna read it in the NLT. So it says, Job 23 and starting at verse 12 in the NLT, I have not departed from his commands, but have treasured his words more than daily food. But once he has made his decision, who can change his mind? Whatever he wants to do, he does. And going to the Heavenly Father, this is on his behalf. All things obey his will. Matter of fact, let me get this. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 18 and verse 1. It says, he that liveth forever created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. For he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane. So the Lord, Yahweh, is his true name, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Whenever he has something determined in his mind, that's exactly what it is. So again, Job 23 in verse 13, but once he has made his decision, who can change his mind? Whatever he wants to do, he does. Let me get this. As a matter of fact, I'll read it through, then I'll give precepts for time's sake. So again, Job 23 and verse 14 again, it says, so he will do to me, verse 13 again, but once he has made his decision, who can change his mind? Whatever he wants to do, he does. So he will do to me whatever he has planned. He controls my destiny. And that shows you also there's no such thing as free will. What is that, Proverbs 20 and 24? A man's going are of the Lord, right? So no matter, what it is you think you may control, that is in the hands of the Heavenly Father. How it says he controls my destiny. The Heavenly Father controls, all of our dealings. Verse 15, no wonder I am so terrified in his presence. And that's the part of understanding that. For instance, I got to get this, because this is the spirit that Yahweh Shai had speaking on his behalf. I ain't gonna say has. This is, let me see if I can find it. This is Isaiah 11, and I'll start at the top. It says, and there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge, and of the fear of the Lord. Verse 3, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. So that's, very important to have Yahushua has that spirit of fear towards the Heavenly Father. So why wouldn't we? It would be a very beneficial thing to have a healthy fear towards the Heavenly Father. Matter of fact, let me get this. Now let me go back to Job 23 in verse, where did I leave off? 15, it says, no wonder I am so terrified in his presence. When I think of it, terror grips me. God has made me sick at heart. The Almighty has terrified me. Okay, and that's going into Job. As he was dealing with the sufferings, he had a fear towards the Heavenly Father. He didn't grow bitter towards the Lord. He understood that good and evil comes from the Lord, as he mentioned, you know, in the earlier verses, or in the earlier chapters, whenever he was talking to his woman. Both good and evil come from the Lord. So why would you not fear a power who has the authority to do so, you know, whatever he plans to do? You know, just basing it off of that, because a lot of people, they think they have like a buddy type of relationship with the Most High, but that's not the case. That's not the case. For instance, just to get a few precepts, let me see. I'll start with this one. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 in verse 29. Let me go to it. Deuteronomy 32. Oh, Salaki. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. It says, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hands. And Job understood that. That's why the fear towards the Heavenly Father, you know, was amplified like it was, because he understood what he was going through. The Heavenly Father had it written that way. You know, so while enduring, we must be mindful of these things. Hey, all of these attributes, to kill, to heal, to make alive, to wound, to deliver out of any situation, that's in the hands of the Heavenly Father. In understanding now, that authority has been given unto Yahushua. John the 5th chapter goes into that. Let me get this. This is Psalms chapter 68 and verse 20. It says, he that is our God is the God of salvation, and unto God the Lord belongeth the issues of death. Okay, the Heavenly Father is control of the Heavenly Father is in control of those things. Salvation, life, death, that's all in the hands of the Lord. Having a healthy fear towards the Lord is a must. For instance, let me get this in the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus. Let me see if I can find this real quick. This is Sirach chapter 19 and verse 18. It says, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. So the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Let me get one more. Just going into a few scriptures on having a fear towards the Heavenly Father, you know, and which allows us not to get offended whenever certain things happen, because Isaiah, what is that, 45 and 7 tells us good and evil comes from the Heavenly Father, light and dark. Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7, it says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do these things. Okay, just going into a few precepts on why we must fear the Lord. Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 22, it says, fear ye not me, saith the Lord, Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for a bound of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet they says, yet can they not pass over it. That's going into the strength of the Lord. Another reason to fear the Heavenly Father. Matter of fact, since I was in Psalms 68, let me get this in verse 8. Psalm 68 and 8. And I'll probably end it with this one. Let's see how much time I got. Psalm 68 and verse 8. It says, the earth shook, the heavens also dropped at the presence of God. Even Sinai itself was moved at the presence of God, the God of Israel. You know, just going into the power of the Heavenly Father. It says the earth shook, the heavens also dropped at the presence of the Most High. Even Sinai itself was moved at the presence of God, the God of Israel. The God of Israel is to be feared. And that's the thing. There's a lack of fear of the God of Israel. These people fear the God of Esau, the God of the Christian church, what they push. But reading the book of Job, that's nothing to play with. That's why Job understood the God he was dealing with. Because there's only one God, and that's the God of Israel, as we just read, and his name is Yahweh, and his only begotten son's name is Yahweh Shai. And, you know, just going into these precepts based off of what Job had on his spirit towards the Heavenly Father, which was a healthy fear, because he understood the judgment that he was receiving came from the Lord, man. You know, so I'll end it there. I pray this was edifying to the Lord's elect. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Till the next time, I say shalom.